Morning folks, Ray Bessette here at the Firm U, and I'd like to introduce one of my newer clients, Carol. She joined up with her husband, who I've trained for many years, and decided to give this a shot. And you came in with a set of goals like everybody else does. What were your goals? How'd you get started seeing Vic leave and working out with me and then saying, you know what, he's got a 2-for-1 deal, maybe I should tag along? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what you did? Didn't you kind of watch it? Did we work out the first time?
I think the first time I did work out with you, we talked about my goals, which are really just have more energy and to look better in clothes and to be more fit and really to have more longevity. I have a 6-year-old that I'm raising, and I'd like to be around for her long term.
Right. Okay. Well, that's great. And those are the type of goals I get quite a bit, and most of it's just to lose a little bit of that fat in the aging process. Not saying that either one of us are over 50 or 40 or anything like that.
No.
But yeah, in the aging process, and you know, they call it anti-aging for a reason, and the reason is that we're fighting back. We're not going to let Mother Nature. I'm not letting Mother Nature take anything away from me. So that's pretty much why we work out. Now, the first day when you came here, were you intimidated, or did you think what did you expect to see happen?
I expected it to be a little bit intimidating when I first walked in, but it was not. You were welcoming, and you kind of adjusted the workouts to my ability levels. And then when I showed ability or strength in a certain area, then you challenged me to go further.
Okay. And now when we first came in, we did a lot of baseline measurements and things like that. We did the bioimpedance scale, which gives us what your fat weight, and this doesn't represent anything to do with you. Just want to get that straight before I get knocked over in my chair. But this is actual 5 pounds of fat. This is what it looks like. So when people say they lose 5 pounds, they're not losing 5 pounds of this. I can tell you right now, they're losing 5 pounds of this more than likely, or a combination of both. And also they can lose muscle too. But the bioimpedance scale actually sends a signal up through your feet. It measures your fat weight, your muscle weight, and your water weight, and your body fat percentage. And upon knowing those variables, we can intelligently say how much you lost. And a lot of times, weight doesn't have everything to do with it, because there's metabolic processes that go through your body or through inside your body that you can't see. Now, when your clothes start fitting differently, all right, you're probably gaining water in the muscle, and the muscle's getting heavier. You're losing fat, but the scale doesn't say that because it balances itself out. You might lose some flesh weight, but without the bioimpedance scale, we wouldn't know what the score is, so to speak. So you lose water. Did you lose muscle? Did you lose fat? So that helps us to judge what we can do for the next workout, how to work on your diet, how to, all those other variables. There's not a magic pill. There isn't anything that's real simple like that. Anyway, so how about your nutritional intake? We wouldn't even call it a diet. That's something that most people have an issue with.
Yes.
And it's not like I'm going to, say, okay, interrogate you, put the light on you and say, what did you eat last night? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I usually do is have people take a picture of their food, and then we discuss what things that we can change at that point. Mm-hmm. And if it's something that you can't do without, I have some people that have to have cream in their coffee or a glass of wine at night. Well, I'm certainly not going to be the guy that says you can't have a glass of wine at night. I'd be out of business. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we work around those kind of things. As far as the workouts go, how is that?
How are the workouts?
Yeah.
They're intense, but I found them challenging, which I need. So I don't find them to be something I can't do, but something that you challenge me to do better.
Okay. Well, we just did legs.
Yes.
And you're sitting there and you're talking.
Yes.
And you're not.
But I'm not standing.
Right. Okay. So, and you're not profusely drenched in sweat.
No, that's true.
All right. And I keep it pretty cool in here because of that. And there's a myth that says, oh, you got to sweat, you know, and yeah, you do to a certain extent sweat, but that is not, you don't judge your workouts upon how much you actually sweat. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Doesn't mean that you're not intense, and we're still intense.
Mm-hmm.
See, now you started taking some of my essential fatty acids,
Yes.
the EFAs, and how's that working out for you? You don't make notice any changes or anything?
It's hard to say what's attributable, but I think I do feel like it's helping with energy levels during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's probably also curbing my appetite. I notice that I get full faster.
Okay. Yeah, what it does is this replaces the omega-3, or it's plant-based omega-3 and plant-based omega-6. Omega-3 is the meat that we eat, or even plants that are not, is not genetically modified organisms. And also the oils are coconut oil, flaxseed oil, the good kind of oils, and not the soybean oil that burns at 360 degrees. That's really not good for you. As a matter of fact, it's really bad. So anyway, so this will also create, our bodies really prefer fat for energy.
Mm-hmm.
In the presence of sugar, our bodies will use sugar first. And doing the weight training actually gets the sugar out of your body faster, because you're breaking down the muscle, which has glycogen in it, and the sugar in your blood will go directly to that muscle, and then you're forced to burn fat for energy. Unlike cardio, that doesn't happen. Cardio's, you're just burning sugar, and then when you're done, you're done. There's no metabolic process after that. Here, when you lift weights, you're still burning calories. Right now, we're not lifting weights anymore, but you're still burning calories, which is kind of fun, because you really don't have to exercise to still burn more calories than your basal metabolic rate. So that's pretty cool too. Now, you also chose to get on the laser.
Yes.
The strawberry laser. How was that?
It was great. I feel like I could just lay down and have.
Feels like you're cheating, right?
Feels like I'm cheating. Yes, lay down and also have inches come off.
Right. And what's neat about this is that I don't just provide that kind of laser thing where you lay down, it feels comfortable, you walk away and you feel, wow, okay, yeah, all right, that worked. Well, I like to prove that it works.
Right.
So what we did is got on a 3D scanner, which gives us 30 measurements in about 35 seconds. And we do it before you get on the laser treatment. Then we did it when you got off, and then you saw yourself in an avatar, 3D figure, and you can see yourself before and after, and the inch loss that you received right then and there. So it's not like you're going home to your crystal ball and looking at it and say, hey, did that work? You know, and click your heels twice and go back to Kansas.
Right.
All right. So it's nothing like that. So, and that's been a big plus, because when you buy packages here, you have the opportunity to do upper body exercises one day, lower body exercises the next day, so that we don't overtrain. Okay. And then go on the laser, you know, when you just call and say, hey, can I come down to get on the laser? All right. And more than likely, you know, if I have the time, or that fits you in my schedule, or have a scheduled date, and we'll get you on there and do that treatment. I've found that combination of all three works out the best. I have some people just come in and get on the laser. They don't even want to look at the equipment. They don't even want to look at, you know, any kind of good food that would help you lose weight. And so that's when the laser comes in. And then we can actually spot reduce exactly the part that you want to get reduced.
That's the best part.
Yes. Okay. So if you have that fat underneath your arms, around your waist, in your legs, hips, butt, you know, man boob stuff. And I have a lot of men clients that get on the strawberry laser also. So it's not just them. I'm not only an owner, but I'm a client too. Wasn't that a hair thing before?
Obviously.
Yeah. So it really does. It really does work very well.
It does.
So what's Vic say? How's he take things when your husband, when you get back home? Has he been more mellow? How about your food habits at home?
Our food habits at home have improved, I will say. We're
Okay.
trying to eat more protein, more vegetables, less carbohydrates,
Okay.
and trying to drink more water,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Those are our what we're trying to do.
Right. Okay. And it all goes in sync with here. I mean, after we just did legs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's kind of hard to go buy any fast food restaurant after that, or go home and eat chocolate cake or whatever,
Right.
knowing that you just did this. Okay.
That's true.
Now, because you don't want to defeat the purpose of what you're trying to accomplish, because
Right.
you've got this. And so most of the time, I don't really get down. I don't say get down. I don't question too much about diet. They say you can't out exercise your nutritional intake. Well, I got news, folks. I think you can, because I don't look at exercise as doing cardio. To me, that's more of a meditation. That's a fun thing to do when you can't lift weights. Lifting weights gives you a metabolic effect, and I hate to say it, but the more you lift, the more your body's going to absorb sugar in the muscles. Muscles love sugar. So you can get rid of that sugar and start burning fat for energy. As a matter of fact, if you're diabetic, this is where you want to be, is in the gym. Because being in the gym, you break down the sugar in your muscle, and the blood that's in your sugar goes directly right into that muscle receptor and cleans up your blood of sugar. Yeah, that with metformin or whatever they prescribe. Actually, you're taking berberine too.
Yes.
Okay, and that helps with the metabolism of sugar and fat. So you got a double whammy with this and the berberine working for you. This is also an anti-inflammatory, the essential fatty acids. And by the way, folks, this just a supplement replaces food. Well, have you ever looked at the food commercials today, or been into, or looked at online what's in today's food? Today's food's not the way it was 20, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. There's a lot of additives, and the processed food nowadays is made mostly of chemicals. Okay, so we're really chemically bound. Unless you live on a farm, you're not really getting what's in here. And that's what it's really all about, is the essential fatty acids. Now, one thing that you've learned, of many, right, is fat won't turn to fat. This is pure fat, okay? So you're like, well, I don't want to take any of those because I don't want to get fat. Well, fat doesn't turn to fat. Why does it turn to fat? Because it's already fat. Can't turn to fat. These are, again, unadulterated, plant-based omega-3 and omega-6, and it's the good stuff, the good fats. And protein can't turn to fat, okay? So there's your nutritional advice from me, okay? So what are our bodies made out of? Fat, muscle, and water. So what should we eat? I don't see a carbohydrate anywhere in there, okay? We should eat protein, fat, and water, okay? That's ideal. Now, in today's world, everything's gonna have something laced with sugar in it anyway. So lifting weights is the best bang for your buck. So what else have you learned here? Like either the weight training, the nutrition side of it, hormones, and things like that. What have you gotten out of things so far?
Well, I think it's what I've learned from you is consistency is key. That you have to keep doing this, and not just, it's not going to be a one-time, one pill fix. And also that you don't have to kill yourself to reach your goals. But if you do this consistently and do it in a regimented way that you do here, then I can reach my goals in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
And that if I make a mistake on my diet, then I can rectify it with exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, a lost cause. And I
Right.
don't need to give up just because I'm not reaching my goals in a week or two time frame.
The last thing you want to do is deprive yourself. And I usually say to people, okay, give me 3 or 5 things that you can't do without. Okay, we'll put them on the back burner. We'll address those later. You know, go ahead and go ahead and do that. And then we'll work about cleaning up other things as far as the nutrition side goes. And I've done that with a lot of clients with great success. The worst thing that people want to do is come into a place and have somebody with their hands on their hips or folding their arms and saying, okay, this is the do's and don'ts. This is what you can't have. I'm not daddy trainer Ray, okay? I don't need to do that, okay? So I give you options, and I give you the best options to get you to your goals, all right? And if you don't agree with those, then I come up with some more options. There's always options. And then and once we address those, we come up with something that you can live with or sustain.
Yes.
That's the main thing. Oh, I could have you have your doctor write you a prescription for diuretics. You'll lose pound. You take 20 milligram furosemide right now. You'll probably lose about 3 or 4 pounds by 1 o'clock. Okay, that's great, huh? But it's not by 7 o'clock at night. Boom, there it is, back again. So those type of things are just you're just fooling yourself by buying your diet food that you see on TV. It's never sustainable. Otherwise, they'd have one commercial and that'd be it, because they'd be set for life. Yeah. And the word would get around and everybody be buying that food. But no, they have to have it every other commercial. That's what I hate about this time of the year. Do you feel yourself getting stronger?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like I can lift more. I can do more reps with time.
And also, we work on your posture, your balance. We did a lot of balance stuff today.
We did.
Yep. And, in the aging process, I hate bringing that up again because I'm aging. We're all aging. But most people, at least over the age of, depends, but over 60, I shouldn't say depends on aging, right?
Not together.
Okay. Most people get hurt by falls. A lot of old elderly people, fall, break their hip, and then their immune system goes down and they catch pneumonia, and it's, that's it. They're cashing out. But here, we work on all those types of variables: your balance, your flexibility, your posture, your symmetry, like I had Vic today, doing one-legged push down, so we could find out if one leg was stronger than the other. Also, when I was stretching you, we're working on your flexibility.
Yes.
Also, finding out if you have one leg more flexible than the other.
Yes.
Okay. And if you do have one leg more flexible than the other, your gait when you walk is going to be off a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. And over time, your displacement of your hips are going to go back and forth like this, and your spine is going to feel it. So you're going to have lower back problems. Okay. So all these things, I take in consideration with what you get in here. Now, everybody wants to lose weight.
Yes.
I get that. And some people just want to stand on a scale naked early in the morning and see that needle move one way or the other.
Yes.
And if it moves to the wrong way, they're going to have a bad day. If it moves the other way, they're going to have a good day. Well, guess what, folks? This is what you're measuring right here. It's only water. Unless somehow you burn 3,500 sugar calories in your sleep. And that's pretty hard to do. I don't know anybody that exercises that much while they're resting at night. So it's impossible, folks, to lose a pound of fat or gain a pound of fat at night. So, you can get on the scale and you can take a look at yourself, and that can set the mode for the day, but it's just going to be temporary. So
it's very psychological.
It is, I've asked people if I could change the scale to be 5 pounds lighter, would you let me? Because I do have a mechanism where I could do that. And they say, you can? I'm like, are you serious? So anyway, that's why I have the 3D scanner too, and that's another way to judge from a baseline point of view. And also, that's not going to lie either. It's going to tell you what your measurements are, and you can compare yourself before and after. And I have a slew of videos on before and afters and testimonies on my YouTube channel, which is Ray Bessette 530, and you can see about 150 something videos on nutrition, weight training, testimonies, recipes, keto stuff. And so, what do you got planned for the rest of the day?
Well, I'm not sure. It's shopping, maybe.
Yeah.
Eating a balanced meal for lunch, of course.
That's what I was hoping you'd say at first, but no, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so we just wanted to introduce you to one of our new additions here at the Firm U. And it's great that we do couples. I do 2 for 1 for couples, so it's the same hour if you get in the same hour. And sometimes it's kind of fun.
It is.
And it's funny because I always have either one spouse, either spouses or co-workers, partners, any other person that you want to bring in, it's totally half price for you, half price for them. If it's a married couple, it probably comes out of the same bucket, right? Mm-hmm. But still, it's less expensive doing it that, or more economical, I should say.
Yes.
And I provide.
It's more motivating as well.
It is. It's funny because it's funny because one spouse is a little bit more concerned about what the other spouse is doing, and unless you got your name on one of these diplomas or certifications, you should let me do the talking as far as that goes. But anyway, but it's all fun. It's all good.
It is.
Okay, so we're going to be signing out. Ray Bessette signing out here at the Firm U with my client Carol here, and wait for the next video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Want to see more like this video? Subscribe, and see you next video.